Well, good morning. We are out spraying some barley right now. We're at about just starting to tiller on that stuff, and what we're doing is we haven't applied any fertility to this stuff, of course, because we're not putting starter through the drill or anything. So on this pass, we are putting Wild Card Extra at 20 ounces an acre, some micronutrient stuff, so like a pint an acre of ENC, Elemax ENC it's called, I guess. It's just got kind of a micro pack in there. It's supposed to be a quart an acre, but I don't think our yield potential is going to be there unless it rains a bunch more. So on our tissue test, so we've got this instant tissue tester called a NutriScan, which is really cool. We can go out and cut these plants, throw them underneath this machine that shoots some mass spectral imagery kind of stuff at the plants, and it bounces back what elements are in there. But long story short, that thing gives us instant tissue test results, and we look fine on everything except for we're a little bit low on potassium, which would be a normal drought stress thing, and quite a bit low on boron, which being low on boron is pretty common on all this no-till stuff because Roundup really ties that up. So long story short, that's all we're putting on for fertility. We're probably getting somewhere in the ballpark of about $8 an acre here. And then we've got, of course, the bacteria working and the biology working in the soil, and we're not showing nitrogen stress that much yet. But a lot of you guys, I get people send me pictures and say, well, do you think this is disease or whatnot on these plants? And especially on winter wheat right now, where if you've got a good stand of winter wheat, it's probably going into the boot. We should be needing about an inch of water a week probably on that stuff for maximum yield, and we've only got on average about a half an inch over the last month here. Most of those problems are drought stress. If it's dropping all the bottom leaves off and you dig, the one thing I always tell people is, have you dug to see if there's moisture under there? And most of the time then they try and dig and they realize, holy crap, this stuff has pulled everything out of the ground. So if you have plants that look like this, it's quite often mostly just drought stress. And even if it was a little bit of disease, is it really worth trying to address that in a mega drought like we're in here? So our fertility program would probably be completely different if in the next 10 days it looked like we were going to get any significant rain, but it doesn't look that great. And then as you can see on the screen here, the long range, June, July, August, looks, statistically at least, it appears that it will be below normal precipitation and above normal temps. So being able to flex these inputs by not putting all the fertility at the beginning and then just stepping it up as what looks like we're going to get rain has saved us a huge amount of money over this 10-year drought that we're in. And like this year, we're only going to end up spending maybe $8 an acre on fertility inputs on this stuff, where we normally would have probably put $40 an acre right up front. So we're putting a gallon of UAN with some humic and some thiazole with this to just give this a little whiff of nitrogen, kind of bump its growth up here. I really want to get stubble, or we do, before we hit worse drought here if possible. And you know what, in 2 weeks, if it looks like we're going to somehow get a 2-inch rain or something, we'd probably go out ahead and then stream some UAN. But for now, kind of locked in on the inputs. We were able to cut them way down and not spend so much this year because we're in a drought, and it would have been a waste anyways to put on extra nitrogen. If we were to go out and put on 10 gallons of UAN, let's say, on top right now, and we don't get a rain, the only thing we're really going to accomplish is to lose all of our cover, because that much nitrogen ramps those bugs up, and if we get a little shot of moisture, they're going to eat all the stubble that's out here. So anyways, hope you guys are having a better year than we are as far as moisture. And it's not over yet. I know June's our rainiest month. It just looks like long range forecast doesn't look super optimistic. So if you're in our area, I would avoid putting as many inputs as possible onto this stuff, because your odds of getting a return are relatively low at this point. But anyways, keep smiling. We'll get through this. That's what crop insurance is for. It does look like there might be some more tariff payments that are going to possibly be coming out as far as this bill that's trying to get passed through Congress, and maybe they're going to up our reference prices on PLC. So there's going to maybe be some help coming here, because I know things don't look real great. But anyways, I'll keep you updated. We'll do some digging, look at the roots under these plants and stuff here in a little bit, and show you kind of how the compost is coming around. And I hope you guys have a great week.